pointing coupler to give that riser a bit of a lift. Done some more filling in this bed. And, hello Wade. It's good. Started to fill this bed up as well. Next job is to do some mulching, and then we can add some more chopped off bits of wood and Permaculture in this bed. Alright, winterising the garden. Pincushion hakea that had died has come out. It's dropped a fair amount of seeds, so I'm hopeful it might come back. This is obviously got a bit more space now. Taken a few branches out of the mulberry. This one is a lemon myrtle that is hopefully going to survive that extra bit of sun and go wild. Rosemary's coming out quite a bit further. Still got to do all the sweet potato. Going to basically form up the slips and plant out the rest of this garden bed. This one here is Bankshire. I've just cut it back, and that's just to give the road 2 metres clearance, which is our regulation. Ice cream bean's got a little bit more life. Now it should have some bit more sun as well. This one is the pecan. That's the pody. Now, I did see this little guy when I was going through, and I think maybe, just maybe, that's a moringa or drumstick plant. So I put a stake there just so that it doesn't get walked on. Hopefully that will come back. Yeah, we pulled out a lot of the branches that were out in here, and we've just done the Permaculture in the bottom of the new beds. But this just gives this a bit more space in winter. Hopefully get everything a bit better established. Got a whole pile of mushroom spore, I suppose you'd say, out here, and that'll hopefully just get in and get some of this wood moving as well. But yeah, get the sweet potato slips out the whole garden bed. It'd be really nice. Yeah, a little bit of chop and drop, bit of mulch, all the sticks and stuff, making some Permaculture in this bed, bit of thinning out on the mulberry. Alrighty, we've got some real progress to show off now. We've managed to fill the beds up to the level that we want with sand, veggie mix. We'll get some mulch probably later today, or maybe sometime during the week, just to stop the evaporation, of course. But these 2 sides now are held pretty straight because of the underlying platform here now. We've got some boards there ready to go. And this corner, we've finished the brickwork around the edge. Wade's having a look. We've got a little garden bed to go in here. We're going to mulch this path all the way through. Next we have these 2 beds. We've got one going here, one going here, and we're planting this one out to a dichondra. Again, on this side here, using rivets into that corrugated sheet on the inside helps to essentially provide a beam to keep this nice and straight as well. So our worm towers, we've just lifted those a little bit, but that's where we can feed the garden beds with all our kitchen scraps. So we've pretty much got worm towers through all the garden beds now. Got another one here, one over by the lime, one over by the lemonade, and on to cleaning up. We'll start planning out this bed, which will clear out the other 2 wicking beds. I need to do a repair on the 2 long beds down the side of the house. Just due to the uneven ground, they started getting twisted up and they haven't really recovered properly. So we'll get that sorted as well. But this is progress. All right, well, transplant some eggplants around so they get a bit more sunlight. Chilies and capsicums have come through. Strawberry, some thyme. Thyme, sage, chives, oregano, and more capsicums and chilies. So these will hopefully get a little bit more sun than they were getting, and allow them to push on. It looks really good. Really a little bit of a calm before the storm. We've got some new seeds that are starting to come up in the beds. Where have we got? Little poking heads, little couple over there. Nothing really terribly prominent yet. These little laser cut tags showing us all the various plantings we've got. And a bit more over here. I'm starting to see some sprouts over here, some of that. Chard, beetroot, thyme, sage, all that. Hey Wade. So that bed's finished. This weekend I'm hoping to weld up this bed, then we'll finish doing the gabion wall for that, and we're just starting to mulch through this path here, which has just been levelled out, and then over the top we're starting to thin out this ready. There's a massive storm coming Sunday, so if we can trim that down, get some of the hide out of it, turn it into mulch, that'd be really good. Mulberry has started to lose its leaves, so that's winterising. That's our afternoon sun, so we get a lot of sun through there and into the house, which would be really nice for winter. And again, if we chop down the canopy here, just bring it in a bit, we'll get some good light on the solar panels and winterise the garden out here. Oh, we've got some figs. Lovely fig there. Ready to go. Another one over here. Up in an olive tree. Black olives ready to go up here. Sun just finishing out there. So we'll get all those before the winds and the rains this weekend. Most of this has come back. We've got a little eggplant there. The herbs are looking good. Yeah, and I've just started this little arbor sculpture, which is basically the wire I've just twisted around to make it look a little bit like the jasmine, and we'll encourage it across so that it forms this arbor as a whole pile of jasmine over the top. Got a little bit more scrap iron here to twist in, just to add a little bit more detail to that, but it's looking pretty good. Seth's finished the paving in front of the wicking beds over there, so we've got a little bit of a planter we'll plant in here as well, and then all of the wood chips will just finish out through there. This was the first garden. We've got some pretty good regrowth happening. Pruned back all of these bits. That's looking pretty happy. The lemonade that we pruned back is now showing a whole pile of really strong growth back on the stem. And same with the lime. It's just starting to come back into stringing. So ideally I'd like to cut out this piece of damage there where that was growing over the other branch. Just bring it in, but we're just waiting for these last couple of limes to ripen up. Over here the passion fruit's going really strong. And this is the regrowth on the lily pilly that we saw a couple of weeks back. That and the elderflower. Yeah, so lovely Friday afternoon in Western Australia. Alright, over there is where we coppiced the lily pillies. And I've just finished doing a massive trim back of this bottle brush and of this olive tree, because we're expecting some gale force winds tonight, and we don't want to lose that bottle brush. It's a lot of shade during summer, and we've got a lot of mulch which will fill up our garden beds. Quite a bit of mulch, and lots of olives to be downstairs. Just brought it all in. Looks pretty bare, but it'll survive the winter and then it'll come back strong, and we'll get some winter sun into the house. The solar panels will thank us as well, I think. Get some more power. Lots of mulch to make from all this leaf litter. That should mulch our paths up quite nicely. Yeah. So, there you go. Winterised garden. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow.